Johnny, so blockchain technology is being used to cut companies' carbon footprints. What's all this about?
Well, there's growing evidence that governments and corporations are taking the whole thing of climate change and carbon emissions much, much more seriously. And now, with the new Biden government coming into power next year, we're going to see much more support for climate change. And there's likely to be much greater pressure in order to reduce the amount of carbon that's being emitted. But educating customers is really vital if we're going to change people's behaviour. And that's a key challenge to reduce carbon footprint. So it's interesting to see that supermarkets such as Casino in France and Leclerc, they've both taken this on board, and they're now showing food with labels to show the carbon emission on some of the products that they actually sell. Because according to a report from the EU, blockchain technology is able to help organisations in their effort to track and then reduce carbon emissions. Now, the size of the carbon management market is about 9 billion, and that's expected to grow to over 12 billion by 2025. So it's no surprise that we're now beginning to see companies entering in to offer a solution to trade carbon. One such firm is a company called UPA, which has launched a digital asset called UPCO2, or CO2, and that's going to enable investors to actually trade carbon, because there is a possibility that it's actually going to go up in price, because as people are trying to offset it, they're going to have to start buying to offset the amount of carbon they're actually creating. Or you can actually ask for your token to be destroyed, and that will effectively help to offset the carbon footprint, because for every token that's issued, they're actually going to be backing it with a voluntary carbon unit, which is a digital certificate, which basically the money goes into projects to actually reduce greenhouse gases. So, it's going into to help deforestation in rainforests in places like Amazon, Congo Basin, Indonesia. So once again, we're seeing blockchain technology being used to offer much greater transparency and trust as firms track and monitor their activities. In this case, make better, more informed decisions in a battle against climate change. And with companies like UPA, we're seeing how tokenisation is not only able to access a new type of asset, but is also allowing one to personally make a contribution and therefore helping to reduce the world's carbon footprint.